Welcome to the Takeover, Bonafide Takeover Sports. Here with your host T-Wil, the People's Coach, and your other host Bold Barry. That's how focused. That's how focused you are.
I'm ready to bring the heat. Ready to bring this today.
So our
Mamba
today,
mentality.
So our episode today is top 10 PGs of all time. I don't know, for you all that's been on our page and you all that are not on our page, you better get hip. So if you go on Facebook, Bonafide Takeover Sports, search that. You'll see recently this guy over here posted a picture of top 10 PGs of all time. And so he has issue with his own picture. So for those of you all, just a little highlight of the point guard. Just kind of knowledge, spit that knowledge real quick, being the people's coach. The point guard is the most important person on the floor. Just from the fact that they facilitate and control the ball, but they are the ones that's supposed to know what everyone else is doing on the court before they even do it. It's got to help know what everyone's position or where everyone's supposed to be out on the floor and just kind of orchestrate everything that's going on. They're the coach on the floor. They're the captain of the ship. They're the quarterback. Basically, how quarterback is the football, that's how the point guard is. And so you have issue with some of these guys on this list.
Absolutely. Now, I can't say that the list is totally wrong, but there are two dudes on this list that can get up off of there. Before I even run down who it is, there's two dudes on the list that need to go, which is Steve Nash and Chris Paul. First dude I'm going to get on is Chris Paul. And the reasons why for me is, the guy, he can hold all, he can be like up there, I think, top 5 or top 10 in the all-time assist leaders and probably top 10 in steals. I don't have it right in front of me. I know he's up there in both those categories, which are very important categories as the point guard. But it also goes down to what have you done throughout your stretch of your career on, like I believe what you said earlier is, the point guard, carries the ship and, leads the way, which, as far as I'm concerned, Chris Paul hasn't led the way to anywhere but a losing record in the playoffs for, ever second-round bids. Let's see, cute little All-Star Game awards, MVPs at that, because that's the only thing he's got. Because he's a very entertaining player, his State Farm commercials and everything like that. But
you want to run down your list, sir?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, my bad. Before I get carried away here on Chris Paul here, but, the list goes John Stockton, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, Steph Curry, Magic Johnson, Chris Paul, as we already mentioned, CP0, Russell Westbrook, Gary Payton, Isaiah Thomas, Zeke, not the IT, and Oscar Robertson. So
you're getting rid of Steve Nash.
I'm getting rid of Steve Nash and Chris Paul.
And
I'm going to replace. I'll start first. We're replacing Chris Paul with Tony Parker, and I'm gonna say this only because Tony Parker's he's underrated. And he doesn't get as much respect as I feel like he should deserve. If you look at his overall career numbers, I have him in front of me, but we're not going to go too deep into that. But a good, 2 or 3 times out of his career, he averaged 20. He doesn't have the prolific dime dropping like Chris Paul does. He's not as flashy as Chris Paul and everything like that. But
flashy passer badge? No.
Yeah, he doesn't have the badge. He doesn't have the flashy passer badge like Chris Paul and everything. But at the end of the day, the man has championship DNA. Because you get one of those when you win the Finals MVP. But he has one of those. He's a 4-time champion. He's played with one of the greatest coaches and the greatest player in the game. He's experienced, and he will carry a team, to the conference finals multiple times. And he gets the job done. Chris Paul, on the other hand, losing record in the playoffs, which overall, that says enough right there. Okay. You can't be an all-time great with a losing record when it comes to winning time. And when we compare greats, we have to put up winning time. And the last time I looked at this list here, I believe John Stockton has a championship, so sorry, but Steph here has one, 2 technically. Jason Kidd has one. Magic has a few. I'm not going to give you the exact numbers, but we know how many he has here. He has 5. We'll just put that out there just in case somebody questions me. But, Gary Payton got his one out there. It was a cheap one, but he got one. Zeke got his 2. And then Russell and Oscar in there because of, the historical features that they've had as point guards. But, we'll leave that at there.
So, I was right. I'm glad you just throw that man's name out there right at the end. Because you know where I'm going with it. Mm-hmm. You're gonna just kill Chris Paul, but you're going to let Russell Westbrook be on this list?
I'm going to live. You know why? Because Russell's been to a Western Conference Finals and a Finals. That's why.
And what happened?
They lost, but what happened with Chris Paul? Blew a 3-1 lead. Oh, Russell did it too, but still.
Okay.
But still, at least Russell's been there twice. Maybe 3 times, I think, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
If you're taking anybody off this list, it's Russell Westbrook.
Why so? And he's got an MVP. So what we talking about?
He got an MVP being the only guy on his team. That's great. I'm clapping up for that. Wow. I put Tony Parker in there.
So that means Russell. That means Steve Nash needs to get up off of there too, because he stole something from Kobe Bryant.
So now he's okay. Now we're doing.
That was the Hate Kobe year. Those are the Hate Kobe awards. We all know this.
I'm saying if you look at this list, and you look at these guys, and you look at, granted, like I said, Chris Paul doesn't have the longevity in terms of the playoff success and all that type of stuff.
Which doesn't that matter when you're an all-time great? Who else
Russell
has
Westbrook hasn't done anything. If anything, Tony Parker
he's done more than Chris Paul. He's done way more than Chris Paul in his shorter career right now. He's 3 years behind Chris Paul in his overall career. He's been to a finals. He's been to 2 or 3 Western Conference Finals. He has an MVP award. What has Chris Paul really done? Let's explain this to me. Because so far he hasn't done any of that. He blew a 3-1 lead. He hasn't been in the Western Conference Finals. He has a losing record in the Western Conference Finals, or in the Western Conference period. That's the only place he's been.
I feel like there's a deja vu period in here. If you guys refer to our CP3 episode, you'll get what I'm about to get at. This guy is his situation. His situation created a lot of what he's going through.
I don't know why we talk about these situations when we talking about grades. So I don't get this.
Because all of these guys,
all his teams are playoff teams, bro. Expected to be contenders too. So what is this situation we speak of?
I'm talking in terms of you're discrediting him and giving Westbrook, who's still young in this league. I would say Tony Parker's in there. I agree with you, Tony Parker. Okay. That's why because he's really.
But in swapping with Chris Paul though.
No, swapping with Russell Westbrook. If anything, and then who was the other guy you took off of this?
Only other person I take off is Steve Nash, and I'm just gonna be disrespectful and be the name that I got, Bold Barry here, and I'm gonna put Kyrie in there just because he got a championship too. I measure things on winning too, and that's just me being disrespectful. I might not mean it deep down. It might not mean it deep down, but because I have the name Bold. I'm going to be bold with this one. I'm going to put Kyrie in there right now because I guarantee you he's going to get there more times. And he has a lot to prove this year. He's done it. He's been there. He's won games. Steve Nash, what has he really done besides steal 2 MVP awards from Kobe Bryant?
So you're putting Kyrie in there. And like I said, I didn't personally watch this guy. But just in my own personal research, Bob Cousy should be in there.
I'll take that as the real choice for me being like, all right, a guy I haven't seen, but I know he's a legend. Bob Cousy can definitely go in there. Okay. I'm not going to argue that. But to be disrespectful to Steve Nash,
Walt Frazier should be in there.
I'm going to put Kyrie in there.
These are dudes I have personally watched. I'm just doing my own research and looking at dudes who don't get the accolades. And so to say these young dudes who haven't done anything,
their careers aren't over yet either.
Yeah, but we're talking about right now. Top 10 PGs of all time up to this point.
So why do you accept Chris Paul in there? Who hasn't had half the accomplishments that Russell Westbrook has
because
had
Chris Paul, at the end of the day, is one of the top pure point guards of our me and you, our age group generation. At the end of the day, when we get old and we're talking about the top point guards ever, Chris Paul will always be in that conversation. You look at some of these other dudes,
and I'm not saying he shouldn't be in the conversation. He's just not top 10 of all time. This is the top 10 list.
Yeah,
he's not in the top 10.
And I think by the end of Chris Paul's career, even up until right now. If Chris Paul's career ended right now, he'd still be in this conversation.
I can't.
He'd still be in this conversation.
Only reason why is because I'm taking him out and putting Tony Parker there. He might be in the second half of the top 10, like 11, 12. If we're talking right now,
it's not 10, but
you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
But
you got me focused in the moment right now.
But I'm just saying that I'm taking Russell Westbrook. Tony Parker should be in there. I'm just saying that.
Yes. Because in all this list, every point guard minus like 2 or 3 have a championship.
Yeah, I'm just looking at like Steph. Even though we're talking about young dudes, Steph's point is valid because he's doing things that no one's ever seen.
Right, and he's revolutionized the game. He's changed the game.
I'll be real. I'm gonna take the bowl. I'll take the bowl title right now. I think Russell Westbrook's gonna be one of the dudes that doesn't get a ring throughout his career. Just because of how he plays.
I can believe that. He's too selfish.
I think Chris Paul could get a ring before Russell.
I don't believe that, though.
I do think
because
that.
Chris Paul I think his years are done. This would probably be his
last
but this
is my thing. I think just how Jason Kidd got his ring. I think I've always been on record saying Chris Paul and Melo are the only people that are going to get their rings when they're old. When they're old and they have to play a reserve role.
The Gary Payton way.
When they're old, they have to play that reserve role on a team. That's the only way they're going to get their rings. Because it's just not working out for them.
It's not working as that guy.
Nah, but that's how Jason Kidd had a great career. But that's how he got his ring. And he was, I'm saying he was monumental in that.
Don't put him in the same category as Chris Paul, though.
No. See, we can't have this conversation. We're gonna be like this. But Jason Kidd, even though he got his ring and had a great career, he was still monumental in that Dallas Mavericks championship.
Definitely.
He did his thing.
He was a pivotal point defensively too, like that.
So at the end of the day, we're gonna, however many years go by, Chris Paul's gonna do that, and I'm hit you up with this face.
Chris Paul's top 15, man.
You know, just
CP0 for a reason, man. If I had it directly in front of me, his record, it's like 34 and like 47 all time, like right now in his like playoff career. That's terrible. That's an F.
It's not
CP0.
his fault.
Can't say that's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
Every season for the past 5 years at least, he's been projected to be a contender in the West. On top of that, supposed to be in the West Conference Finals, 0.
Well, you know, speaking of top players, we're gonna transition to our next segment, where it's been a heated discussion since
heat.
I don't even know for the past decade. Kobe, LeBron. You want to see what that's about? Watch our next episode. So in the Kobe LeBron episode, we're gonna talk about who would you rather build your franchise around.
Hit them buttons.
Catch y'all next time. Please subscribe.